Good afternoon, traders. It is Wednesday, March 25th, 2015, and the U.S. stock market is closed. Hey, I'm glad this market's closed. We had a lousy day today, but in some ways I think it's really setting us up for some good profits here pretty soon. We had a fall in the Dow that far exceeded what I had predicted. I said yesterday the Dow was definitely on its way down, but I was not prepared for just how down it ended up being. This is today's action today, starting here down to here. The Dow lost nearly 300 points, 292 points officially. And, when I was talking yesterday, I honestly figured that it was going to test our middle red line there, which would have been about 125 points down. Well, it didn't even hesitate for a second at that red line. Just ran through it like a hot knife through butter and kept going. And now, if we're going to be testing anything, it's our bottom red line. And you can see that this was back on like the 11th of March that it tested this last. And of course, we had some good trades all the way up here. We had some good trades here even when it was going sideways. This whole period from 311 on was pretty good for us. And so even though we had a bad day today, I'm looking forward to what's going to happen when this turns around. And I will say right now, it would surprise me if this got through the bottom red line. But of course, I said yesterday I didn't think it was going to go through the middle red line, so who knows? Anyway, the Dow really lost some ground today, over 300 points, but I am slightly less than 300 points. But I still stick with the idea that any buying down here that we can do in this area is probably going to work out pretty positively for us. So I'm pretty pleased with this. We ended up losing almost $8,000 in closed out trades today, and we're carrying pretty close to $2,000 in open trade equity on only one position. And of course, I don't like to be losing it was actually $1,800. I don't like to see $1,800 negative in open trade, but hey, there's only so much damage that one position can do. And so I am pretty pleased that we weathered this huge drop in the Dow, and we are only carrying one position into tomorrow. I think that's pretty good. And hey, $7,960 negative for closeout positions is not a good day, but we can make that up. That's not a massive loss. That's not like losing $20,000-$30,000 in a day, which could have happened if we had a situation where we get into a bunch of stuff and then it collapses. That did not happen today. We only have one position on, and so overall I'm pleased with today, even though we kind of got kicked in the teeth. Aside from that, I don't have too much to show. I'll show you a couple of the bad stuff. Why not? This first one, this is a stock that is definitely on my list of stocks I'm going to throw out. It's a little too thin, and I don't think it's given us a positive trade yet since I put it in a while back. It's WLDN, that's Wilden Group, and this thing, I mean, just look at this. This is really crazy. It gapped down this morning on the open, and then it just rallied like crazy, and we got this big spike up here like the second hour, and that's what got us in to the trade. This is the only thing we bought today, was on this crazy spike, and then of course it failed immediately, and then look what this last 15-minute bar did. I mean, talking about a whipsaw, this is a whipsaw. This thing just really fell apart, and that's where this $1,800 negative open trade is coming from. It's all in this one single stock. Now, about the only thing I can say, I looked at in the aftermarket, this stock has come up almost to the point where it started this 15-minute sell-off at the end. So who knows what's going to happen there? But it doesn't look great. And like I say, I'm thinking of getting that stock out of the portfolio when I revise the portfolio fairly soon. I'll show you one the one stock that we made money on was still a big disappointment to me, and I'll show you why. This is Ova Science, and we had bought this thing yesterday, right close to the beginning of the day, and it just really kept going there, and we were up about $5,000 up there, but then it pulls back, but we still had a pretty good trade, close to $3,000 at the end of the day. But then it pops up again this morning, and when this thing, it was up over $5,000 up here. But then, we were waiting 45 minutes, and when we get out, we had given slightly over $3,000 of that back. So that really hurt. Even though we made a couple $1,000s on this stock, I was not happy. I hate to see that happen, and we really needed that money this morning. And this is the way it went with everything. We actually had positive open trade equity right after the open, and we went from being positive nearly $2,000 to going negative nearly $8,000. So we lost, we saw $10,000 melt away in the first 45 minutes of the day today, and that's a repeat of yesterday. We had the same thing happen to us yesterday. We saw about $10,000 melt away the first 45 minutes. So that's very frustrating. However, keep in mind, we're in a strong falling market right now, and we really haven't been beaten up terribly. And as I say, this thing is about to turn around, and when it does, we're going to make a lot of money. And so I'm not too disappointed. Anyway, that's the way it went on Wednesday. This is Trader Bob signing off. I'll see you tomorrow on Thursday.